So welcome back, Steve Stumbras, Purple Cow Organics. Today we're going to talk about nitrogen fixation, root nodulation, and planting legumes with more biology and less nitrogen. There's a growing number of professional consultants that are beginning to make the correlation, or I guess it's a realization, that sometimes what you find on a soil test doesn't necessarily correlate to what you find in a tissue test. And I'm going to talk about this more in the transition to organic segment later in the series. But the point is that sometimes biology trumps chemistry, meaning that you can have an ideal soil test, but without biology, your plants really won't get much of that. Conversely, you can have a soil test that's a little out of whack, but if you have robust biology in your system, your plant's going to get what it needs to get when it needs to get it. So, root nodules, here's a great picture. In this case, you see healthy root nodules, but the truth is that if there are luxurious amounts of nitrogen early, it can tend to make legume plants lazy, and lazy plants don't produce root nodules. We've seen this in vegetable production for a long, long time. Luxurious amounts of nitrogen early cause long and lanky vegetable plants. They don't develop strong roots and have girth. And really, that's really what you want in production, especially early. Here's another interesting picture. There's a group of researchers from Cornell that have been working with us on CX1, as well as a UW-Madison, a prominent UW-Madison professor of soil microbiology. And what they've said is the number of microbial species that are in CX1 that are associated with root nodulation and nitrogen fixation is just remarkable. Here is another trial referenced below. They were looking at different calcium options, and the individual kind of in charge of that trial made the comment that the most interesting piece was the robust root nodulation of everything they tried in conjunction with CX1. So excessive nitrogen early, here's what it can lead to. It can lead to poor or diminished root nodulation. It can lead to tall, lanky, leggy plants. It can lead to more space between pod set. It can lead to fewer microbial metabolites, the sugars, the proteins, the enzymes, and amino acids. This is really driving plant vitality, and it's very important for the quality of forage you're growing. Early N can also include the promotion of weeds. Plants can tip over and they're harder to harvest. There's a reduction of the nitrogen credits that you're carrying forward, and truthfully, a less resilient plant that can be more susceptible to pests and disease. So if you can make a right time, right place application of nitrogen a little closer to canopy coverage, and you can have ample amount of fertility a little later in the season, pod fill and pod set and pod fill, I think having the opportunity to plant with biology, or at least have biology in your mix, might be the right thing for your system. So thanks. We'll see you again next time.